the discussion by talking about the topic that we have at hand today, which is position of strength conquering new world. Now, position of strength, in fact, for those of you, are any of you on Twitter, or some of you on Twitter at least? So we see some hands going up there. The hashtag that we're following today is position of strength, and it is a hashtag which Twitter has initiated. It's a campaign that Twitter has in fact started to empower women in many ways to raise their voice on social media platforms.
It's a space in which you can practice your expression. So I have opinions on everything, but you can shout me down really easily because that's my conditioning. That's my training. A good girl doesn't always retort, you know. So even if the worst thing is being said to you, even if the most violent thing is being said to you in a family or a workplace space, you don't confront people. So where do you practice your voice?
You have to sign up for Twitter with either an email address or a phone number. So you can actually create an email address which is batman@hotmail.com, and you can sign up and take a username.
But you face sometimes fake. Sometimes you face fake accounts.
So fake in the sense, when people say fake, I feel like sometimes it's confused what they mean by fake. If they are trying to impersonate somebody else, in the sense that I am taking someone's name and I'm putting their profile picture and I'm pretending to be them, and that's clear impersonation, that is not allowed on the platform. If it's just a username which doesn't tell you who I am, I can do that.
I don't know sometimes.
Yeah, that's fine. You choose a username, and it can be anything you want it to be, and you don't have to actually tell anyone who you are. And all they will do is read what you have to say, or you can read what they have to say, and they don't need to tie back to who you are in the offline world at all.
Because we're all extremely educated, we've all got opinions, and a lot of women, and I know that this will resonate with you, a lot of us have practiced our expression, our voice. So it's a place in which we began to tell stories and share opinions, even political opinions, and everything is political, in a safe place. And and it has given us a place where you can talk about your child, you can talk about your favorite poem, you can express your opinion on the Prime Minister, or social media is a place where eventually I have been able to, and I know a lot of other people have been able to, bring together different parts of our identity. The tagline is mother, daughter, woman, something. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. And in retrospect, what I was looking for was a place in which I could be all of myself. And social media has given a lot of us that kind of a space where you can share something from Hindustan Times, and also something from HuffPost, and also something inspirational, and also ask for a recipe if you need to, in the same place without feeling judged, because there's a community there that makes you.
Ficky Ladies organization, as all of you know, has been taking a number of initiatives to empower women and use the internet as an economic empowerment tool. It's not just FLO, it's clearly what we're seeing happen is absolutely revolutionary. A woman sitting in a faraway town or even a village who is just very good at making pickles is now being able to sell it online, because she doesn't need to be physically present there, because there are platforms available, there are artisans around the country. So it's giving a platform to women in a way which is not just about their voice being heard, about empowerment, about, the fact that you're on 30 WhatsApp groups and that makes you feel so important, but also about actual economic empowerment, which may be changing lives.
In terms of economic empowerment, these women, I think in Snapdeal today, I believe the vendor base is 30% women. And we've tied up with Uber for women taxi drivers. And here I'd just like to point out one thing. What the internet provides is a way to earn your livelihood without mediation. If you go for a job, there is somebody interviewing you and deciding whether to hire you or deciding whether to promote you. If you apply for a license or a loan, there is somebody deciding whether you should be granted that license or that loan. And what has showed up is when there is no mediation, the percentage of women in any such space goes up dramatically. As I said, if you look at MSME data, less than 10% of the businesses are owned by women. and in the higher rank, less than 1%. Uber gave us an example that in New York, 20% of the taxis are driven by women, while in the official yellow cab, it's about 2 to 3%. So it's not that women didn't want to drive those yellow cabs. Clearly there is a barrier. It's not that women didn't want to do, and technology, as I said, is flexible for e-commerce. So that may be an enabler, and even if technology in taxi, that may be an enabler. Now in various countries, in India as well, but in various countries, they have, with the internet, you can produce in a, as you said, in a remote location and sell from there. In China, you have this Taobao platform, which has focused on rural marketing. And there are many villages who are selling so much on Taobao that they are called Taobao villages. And it has reversed rural migration. Now in India, the major problem women artisans have in cities as well as in rural areas, and India is far more rural than almost any country you can think of, is that they have no access to the market. And then they are, if middlemen buy from them, they don't get paid, they get paid very little. So here, technology can provide a huge option, huge markets for them. And as I said, FLO has tied up with Snapdeal to try and implement this. And we've also involved students. We've tied up with Amity, and the students are going to work on hand-holding these artisans on a one-to-one basis. Let's see if that works as an experiment. It could be something really, which would change things in this country.
If women are not tech savvy enough, are we creating a bigger divide in our world where embracing technology still continues to be a very male-dominated sphere, where it's only men who, it's okay for a man to be home and just on his phone looking at his WhatsApp messages, but women have to be doing 20 other things and multitasking, and they cannot have those 30 WhatsApp groups and responding to each of those messages and forwarding sometimes almost silly jokes to their friends. So is it in some ways creating a bigger digital divide between men and women, or is it actually helping women find a new voice, find new communities, as Naima was saying? I'd like to get Monica to actually respond to that, because she can possibly take us through numbers when it comes to e-commerce. Because e-commerce is one sphere where one would like to believe at least that it's not going to be as male-dominated as one would think it is. But we still have some shocking statistics that in fact today's Economic Times has headlined on the front page of Women's Day saying not just Lok Sabha, women are absent from startups too. Only 2% startups have women CEOs, and not one externally hired woman CEO in 187 companies. To me personally, this data point is absolutely shocking, because one would think that startups are all about younger people coming into the workspace. It's not about the traditional male-dominated workspace. It is giving an equal platform to both men and women. And you would like to believe that it's true even for e-commerce. So do you think that the e-commerce data is also still painting a picture which is not telling us how women are actually embracing technology?
So just two facts to begin with. There are fewer women who actually have mobile connections, and there are fewer women who are actually shopping. The numbers are increasing, and we are seeing an upward trend, which is really great for our business, of course, and e-commerce in general in India, which is probably the fastest growing country in the world as far as e-commerce is concerned. But these are also very worrying, because financial decisions and even shopping, which women are associated with, really doesn't rest with women. It really, all these decisions rest with men, because technology is something that most women think that they're not savvy with. Having said that, with WhatsApp and smaller, simpler applications that have made headway into India, we are seeing actually the spurt and growth of women shoppers, which is great again. It's not just women shopping for clothes, and we typically think women are making only decisions there and associated with their children, but that's not really the case. As far as school fees is concerned, the biggest and most vocal advocates for school fees surcharge waivers on credit cards have actually been women, because they are the ones who are actually paying the fees, they are the ones who are most impacted. So with the government doing away with waivers, this just doesn't come because it favors the industry, it's also a reflection of what we are seeing in the country. Having said that, as far as e-commerce and any other channel is concerned, I think the biggest enabler is technology, but at the same time, not being able to use it, and literacy as far as digital is concerned is a major concern.
Now we are looking at one, we are probably the fortunate ones in the room who have access and who have data. But how are we actually going to take this to the people who actually need this to make changes to their lives? For example, a person who is shopping for meals for their children, how can we ensure that their cash, which is in their hands, is actually safe? These are some of the things that we have to grapple with, and the digital divide is growing between the cities and the smaller towns. But having said that, once infrastructure becomes available, technology becomes an enabler where digital is no longer, and the gap doesn't ceases to exist. And we actually get a lot of people doing the same thing except and then location